So welcome everyone, I think. Welcome to this Libra. We're going to call this a celebration. I've taken to calling them celebrations rather than ceremonies. Um, we need to celebrate all of this. So let's call in sacred space. Let's take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're dropping dropping our grounding cords down, sending our roots down into the earth, and then inhaling, drawing that earth energy up through our bodies, sending it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the Divine Mother above us. Inhaling, drawing that cosmic energy back down, sending it all the way down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. Connecting with that flow, breathing in, breathing out, activate the as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks to be here in a physical body doing this work right now. Moving to the south, we welcome water and clear, clean, current emotions. We welcome love and joy and flow and abundance. And moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, all of our guides, angels, allies, and helpers in the invisible realm. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement and passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome our divine feminine and our divine masculine in sacred right relationship. We call that beautiful energy down through our bodies. We call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into the circle. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, and dance with us for our mutual benefit. Oh. Up and move. Weird. All right. It's fun watching you all dance. I hide so you can't see me. Heather, I'm glad you're here, honey. I think you're here. And I'm sorry about all
Yes,
that.
thank you. Yeah, I had to cut and paste the link, the whole link into my browser, and
That,
that finally worked. So,
that is so weird. So weird.
yeah.
I don't think anyone else had, I hope no one else had to do that. All right. Well, it's a wild time out there. So everybody just calm down for a moment and breathe and close your eyes and just feel into your body and drop yourself out of your head. It's like that's where the confusion and the stress is. Drop down into your heart and let yourself root there and even root all the way down from there into the earth, like all the way into the center, into the core, and breathe. No matter what I'm going to tell you today, this is where we want to stay because this counterbalances everything. So notice how you're feeling and let's dive in. There's a lot today. Um, so it happens tomorrow at 7:22 Central, 7:22 p.m. So tomorrow evening. So we have a little time to let all this land and, add to our intentions after this morning, whatever feels good. The heart of this moon, balance and release. And remember, we are still in the eclipse window field. We'll be there for 6 months. So if everything, I apologize. I have an angry cat. Um, she'll get over it in a minute. At any rate. um, so if everything still feels a little scratchy, that's why. Many folks have been saying that they feel the need to just huddle in, sit, be, not go anywhere, do anything, just let themselves gestate. And I would suggest that is a good idea. This lunation calls for a reset. You're being guided to refine your routines, strengthen your foundations, and create. And, this would be a great intention. I was thinking about that when I typed it. It's just like, oh, that's my intention. So I'm saying it slow. Um, so create stability in your daily life, especially around money, wellness, and relationships, all those Venus things and second chakra things. And then it's about letting go of toxic anything and giving time to what you love and what truly matters to you. It's a very personal moon. And yet, there's a lot of scratchy aspects that we'll look at. This one has 3 patterns, which is rare, but it's got a T square, a kite, and the finger of God. Those are all potent. And we'll talk about all of that. And we're going to go even a little bit after because there's other things that are going to happen before the new moon that are going to influence us that you need to be aware of, just so that we can hold the balance. So T square first. It includes the moon, the sun, Mars, and Chiron. And Chiron is almost right there on top of the sun. Once again, it's the wounded healer. So there's going to be, you'll get one of those insights. Ooh, I need to clean that up. around unhealed emotional trauma. Just go with it. This is about healing our old patterns. Um, and the faster we do that, the faster we get to the spiritual upswing, which is what we want. So, any of the techniques that you already know, any of them that I've mentioned, or any that you know from other teachers, have a couple of them on hand. Ho'oponopono is a really good, quick and easy one, but some of this may require a little more work. And if it does, Made for Miracles is a good plan. But there's others out there. Do what you know to do to clear. Chiron can also help you begin to serve others if you are in a healing profession or you're a wisdom giver. Expect clients calling you because this is a time that people are going to need some help. Mars is at the T square, like at the top, and it's going to just fire up everything. Right now, he's still in Cancer, but he's going to move and he's still out of bounds. So that's going to be a catalyst for all that unhealed trauma. Once you've healed it, you'll experience more of those euphoric emotions, which we want. And that's, Mars is here to help you do that, even though it may feel a little scratchy right at first. Okay. And here's a picture, if you want to see a photograph of what this looks like. So the kite, and unfortunately, the kite it's not really drawn out on here, but I'm going to show it to you, is the sun. So here's the sun and the moon. And then Pallas, Athena, and Jupiter. So we don't have Pallas Athena is right next to Jupiter. She's not on this particular one, but so here's Jupiter, here's the sun, here's the moon. So you can see like here to here to here is that kite effect. Since it's a full moon, the sun and moon are in direct opposition. The sun is encouraging us to initiate right action and defend. And that defend it's kind of a watchword right now. And the moon is encouraging partnership and diplomacy. So we want to hang with the moon while we defend what we love. Both Jupiter and Chiron encourage us to act with wisdom, and Pallas Athena invites us to work smart. So whether you're learning or whether you're out there in the fray, you want to be wise. You want to make wise choices. Think before you act. Think before you speak. Just think. Because you may have all this information. There's a lot of folks out there that won't. And so you're going to be the way showers. You're going to be the ones that can go, okay, I'm just going to take a breath, let that pass before I engage and check in with my heart, check in with my soul and my wisdom, and what is the highest choice I can make in this situation. That's where we want to stay. Really, Pallas Athena, Heather, she's a goddess. It's the goddess Athena. So she is like warrior goddess. But she holds a lot of wisdom. So she would rather work it out like Libra and a diplomat than fight, but she can when she needs to. And so it's like so this is encouraging us to be wise. And also, I think there's a wisdom and then there's cleverness, that ingenuity, that thoughtful, well, this is a cool idea. Think in those terms and call that in for yourself. Because she's here, you might as well get some help from her. Now, this one is probably one of the most potent. They call it Yod, or the finger of God. But it includes the moon, Venus, Saturn, and Uranus. And so those are some really powerful hitters. And the tip in these configurations, the tip is pointing towards the moon in Libra. And so, and we've got Venus here. So Venus and Libra, Venus is getting ready to move into Libra and station there. And that's going to make her really potent, really powerful. Um, and both she and Libra and the moon in Libra are going to encourage diplomacy. You know, the focus is going to be on relationships and loving diplomacy. And this configuration, you know, we can make appropriate adjustments. Saturn is also right on top of Venus, conjunct Venus, both, and they're both right now in Pisces, which is still a really good place for Venus to be. So, doubly encouraging us to look at the structure of our most important relationships in a very loving way. Another good way to work with Venus and Saturn is to establish a solid daily spiritual practice. So that just puts you in alignment with your own divine source, however you understand that. But do something that connects you every day. And, you know, preferably first thing in the morning or at night before you go to bed, is a good way to just establish the tone for the day. Venus right now, still in Pisces, is also conjunct Neptune. And that's an indicator that we're moving into an era ruled by unconditional love. Venus is exalted in Pisces, so that means she's getting ready to seat herself. She's going to turn direct and she'll be stationary. So she's also an exact sextile to Uranus, and that is a favorable configuration. So that can mean awesome surprises around the things that we care about the most. So this isn't a time to let yourself get distracted by all the crazy. It is a time to focus on you, what you want, your vision for the future for yourself, your vision for the future of this planet, your vision for the future of wherever you live, and hold that vision. And tell Uranus you want some happy surprises. I do that a lot. Sometimes he delivers. Venus also rules Libra, so they're both encouraging art and creativity. And, you know, you're being asked to really look at, you know, are you just going through your day, just doing what you always do? And does it make you happy? Does it bring you joy? If it doesn't, change it up. So once again, she turns direct on Saturday, and same day as the full moon. Mercury's also direct. He went direct on the 7th. That means, so you may have been feeling more movement. You know, you may feel like, oh, I can think clearly again. The brain fog is dissipating. All the planets are going to be direct. And Neptune is now in Aries. So, number one, we're going to have some forward movement if we want it, and lots more truth is going to come to light. And that's just going to keep happening. We've had both Venus and Mars in retrogrades. And, you know, during that time, we've probably got to look at our relationships, our creativity, and our money. You may have money issues waving at you in the face right now. So you want to really reassess and just ask yourself how things are going there and what steps are you being called to take. If you're thinking about initiating something, wait till the new moon on the 27th. It's going to be in Taurus, which is an earth sign and all about, Venus rules Taurus as well. So we're still in the shadow of the retrogrades. So now is a really good time if you want to initiate something new, plan it. Plan it out so that when new moon gets here, you're ready. Venus is the natural ruler of money and is in Pisces along with Saturn. This is a great time to connect with guidance and plan how you will set up your money structures once the new moon comes around. So follow any inner guidance you receive around money matters and focus on a clear vision of the material situation that you want. Now, the heart of this moon, once again, balance and release. It calls for a reset. And we said this earlier. You're being guided to refine your routines, strengthen your foundations, create stability in your life, especially when it comes to money and wellness and relationships. And it's also about letting go of toxicity and giving your time and love to what truly matters. So the sun and the moon, we've talked about this. But you may feel more inspired to chase what you truly want right now. And you should. You're going to have a really sharp intuition and you need to listen to it. So you want to let this moon realign you with what feels good, fair, and true for you. Balance isn't about staying still. It's about moving with purpose. So we're going to plan our purposeful movements during this next 2 weeks so that we can really initiate what we want come new moon time. Now, here's the rest. There's more. So Pisces has been buffering us, thankfully, because there's a lot of masculine energy in this moon. And that strong T-square between the moon and the sun and Mars is kind of big. Mars is also, and here's the challenging parts, is also in opposition to Pluto. So this can indicate brute force, willpower, power over, battle energy. It's the lowest expression of this energy. And we want to move beyond that now. And so far, so good. We've been in all of the turmoil and shakeup and changes. It's been challenging for many people, but we haven't blown the place up yet, which was our fear back when Neptune went into Aries. So we just want to stay on that. This is just another one of those pivotal moments that we want to stay, we want to be the change we wish to see. We want to stay in love and stay in peace while watching what's going on, making our desires and wishes known, but not engaging in battle. This pattern was very dominant during the US election, and it polarized a lot of people. We need to close the gap now. And so even though this energy is back, we need to really make wise choices. We also have Chiron in Aries conjunct the sun once again. And this is opposed by, and you don't see this on my, because I don't have the goddesses on this one. But there's another goddess out there called Eris. She is a warrior goddess, kind of like Lilith, but even more potent. And she demands equality and will fight to the death for it. I mean, she's just like the feminine version of Mars in Aries. So she's kind of out there holding watch, which I think all of us have a little bit of that mama bear in us right now. So once again, we have to be wise. We just have to choose wisely. So here's the rest. Once again, that T square with the moon, the sun, and Pluto. This happens the day after the full moon, and it will continue all the way to the new moon in Taurus. So this is a 2-week pattern. Now, this is what you need to hear. This is a potentially explosive energy. Handled skillfully, which is what we all want to do, it can help you jump to wondrous new levels. Okay. So remember, Pluto is about cleaning out your own inner gunk. And, we've got the sun in Aries, the moon which is initiative. We've got Mars. Now he's still in Cancer. So a little bit softer, just a kind of grouchy. And so sun is initiative. We've got moon in Libra, which is partnership. You can use this for a very positive boost. I'm going to jump forward. Handled poorly, all hell can break loose. And on the high side, Mars is encouraging us to strive for a worthy cause, make new starts, be a successful entrepreneur. His dark side can push you toward anger, rage, violence, ill-advised impulsiveness, harmful sexual behavior. Pluto has similarly extreme potentials, starting with wealth and power. So you can use this for your benefit, or you can get sucked into the fray. And that's what we don't want to do. Most people associate wealth with having lots of money and possessions. Taurus, which is what we're moving into, rules money and possessions, but usually refers to what you've accumulated through your own efforts. The new moon will be in Taurus, so think in terms of things happening physically on the planet. Pluto also rules power, and power can be cultivated for the greater good. And we know lots of folks that have done that: Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King. But we've also known people that have used it ruthlessly to dominate, control, and destroy. The question becomes, how are we going to work with wealth and power right now? As Lord of the Underworld, Pluto also rules buried trauma, psychology, shadow work, and profound personal transformation. It's also important to note that Mars will be moving out of Pisces and into Leo. So this could help you assert yourself as a leader, an entertainer, or put you on center stage, help you be more playful. This is really a potent time to step into our sovereignty. Pay close attention on April 17th as Mercury is going to join Neptune at 0 degrees Aries. So we have that Aries energy is going to be pushing us forward. We've got the sun, Mercury, Neptune. Venus is going to join them in May. That's a big shift, encouraging us to step into our inner power. And you may feel more confident knowing who you are and what you want. So go in, go in, go in, and make this inner work for this next 2 weeks. So this can all indicate a very highly unusual level of spiritual awakening that can be activated by serious seekers who then become the seeds of a general evolutionary leap. Let that land. I consider you serious seekers, or you wouldn't be here every month. So remember when what Maggie said months ago, time to plant some seeds. Eyes open, no fear. How can you spend your time in bliss? How can you serve the light today? The evolution we seek is happening through us, through our physicality, through us being able to hold more light. So, um, do light infusions anytime you can. Connect with your soul anytime you can. And I mentioned earlier, I'm going to mention the program that I've got going through the evolutionary school with Jocelyn Starfeather. I'll mention it here after we get done with the cards. But for those of you that haven't joined Source Light School, haven't been there, it will give you the first 4 months in that class. And you can join for any price you can afford. So I highly encourage you to jump in there. And then you can catch up with the rest of the class if you want to later. Um, but it's a way, it will give you a tool where you can begin to plug into your own cosmic light that lives in your heart, in your soul. And then the more you do that, the more you push out the trauma and the more you can literally hold more light in your body. The galactic light that's hitting the planet, you know, I feel like, and I do this too. Um, the past few years have been very intense. And I know all of us, or at least myself, I keep waiting for, okay, when's it going to go back to normal? This is the new normal. And the reason it doesn't feel normal is because we were the roly poly bugs under the rock. We've been in the dark for centuries and the light is coming in. We all planned to be here when the light got here. So this was our plan. We're just a little uncomfortable getting used to it. Source Light School can help you fix that. Um, hang on here. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Ah, love that. Okay. Now, so I'm going to give you journal time. Here's the questions because this is a release. This is big full moon. What do you want to shrink with the moon? So, what do you need to release in order to improve your financial situation? What false beliefs do you need to release about yourself? Are there aspects of yourself or your past that you have been avoiding? How can you improve your relationships? Where do you need to speak your truth? And what needs to be released so the visions that we hold for the planet can come to fruition? So I'm going to give us all a little time with those. You can, Heather. I usually don't do that until the end of the 2 weeks just to see if I released everything, but you absolutely can burn them. That's a really good message to your subconscious that you're letting them go. I'm going to get a pen. I'm going to flip back to these in just 1 minute because I want to write down this release up here. Um, Go. Another thought that's been rolling around out there is what is the most important use of my time right now? And what do I want to be being? What should I be doing to be that? So, are there things that are standing in your way of letting you live the fullest life that you can live? That's where we're going. And the distraction, all the chaos can be a distraction. So stay out of the fray, stay in your heart. What are the seeds you want to create for your own personal future and for the future of the planet? Hi, Andy. I didn't realize that was you. Good to see you, honey. Hmm. Okay, we're going to move into the card pull. Um, if you need me to come back to the questions, I can in a minute, but I see some people are ready. So the sun moves into Taurus the 19th or 20th. So, of course, um, here we are um, of, yeah, of April. Um, so the enjoyer is Taurus. Taurus loves this planet, loves the physical. This card speaks to the ability to enjoy being in a physical body. Folks with this energy love this planet and all the experiences she provides. This is a very personal level Earth archetype and can teach us the value of enjoying the earthly realm, how to love all that looks beautiful, tastes delicious, and feels pleasurable. She can also teach us how to acquire the means to receive all the exquisite things and gratifications the physical realm has to offer. From Taurus, we can also learn how to take solid steps to fulfill our desires for possessions, wealth, and security. Taurus helps us to connect to the divine through savoring and enjoying intimacy through all the body's senses. The sun is in Taurus generally from April 20th through May 20th. So, what do you need to ask Taurus to help you with? So, this really applies to all of those money issues, all of those things that Venus is encouraging us to look at. Yeah, they always seem to just pop the way they're supposed to, Heather. It's kind of wild. I don't ever question it anymore. Now, this is a really good one for us right now. Water, I need to write the earth one down, is adapt. So many times in the physical realm, things might not go exactly the way we planned. Duh. Water teaches us that during these times, rather than scrapping the plan altogether, we can learn to go with the flow and adapt our plans to fit the circumstances at hand. We may not always be able to complete the project we originally intended, but learning to adapt can help us achieve the outcomes we desire. So, where do you need to adapt your plans to fit the circumstances you find yourself in? Okay, air, holding with the mind. So, this is what we all need to be doing right now. In the wheel of creation, air lives in the west. Here, it has the job of holding. Since the mind governs the world of air and thought, we can think of this as holding with the mind. What this implies is that once we know the outcome we desire, we can hold the image of it fully completed and the emotion that invokes in our mind. Our mind doesn't know the difference between a thought and reality, so it moves to create whatever it is holding. Our job then becomes to just hold our desired outcome in our mind, no matter what is out picturing in front of us. At first, this can take a little practice, but once our mind gets addicted to the good feeling chemicals that this practice stimulates, it becomes easier and easier. It may take a while for the outcomes to manifest in the outer world, but we are already having the experience in our minds, and we can remain content until it does. So, what outcomes do you need to hold with your mind? And then fire, this is one of fire's superpowers, energize. Fire is pure energy and motion. It can bring energy and life force to any situation. This is where we get the phrase light a fire under them. Fire can literally cause anything to move and move quickly. So, what in your life needs to be energized? Where do you need more energy to move you forward? How can fire help you energize your creations? And where do you need more movement? Ask fire to help you energize your actions and move your projects forward. And then spirit, the divine masculine. The divine masculine or the masculine aspect of the divine is much more known to us in the Western world. Called by names Osiris, Odin, Vishnu, Krishna, Jehovah, or simply God, this aspect speaks to forward movement and assistance in all things active. His job is to support the divine feminine. He is the perfect balance for her, and together they create balance in the world. Working with both aspects, whether you are male or female, will help you balance your creative endeavors and give you peace. So, where do you need the assistance of the divine masculine? So, if you've been feeling all of the heaviness of the Piscean energy, we've got two of these cards. We've got the energized card and the divine masculine card, which both speak to forward movement. So it may take a minute for them to get online, but they're here to support you. And so go ahead if you, I'm sure you've already started, but go ahead and set an intention. What do you want to release on this full moon? And while you're doing that, this is what we were all talking about. Yesterday, I did a free offering with Jocelyn Starfeather. Um, what did I call it? Um, connecting, something like connecting with the divine, reconnecting with your soul is basically what it was. And it was the introduction to Source Light School. If you want to see that, I'm going to send out the recording again in the next email when I send out this recording. You can also sign up for that little 4-week class. That's what this is, Living an Enchanted Life, Awakening the Gifts of Your 12th Dimensional Light Bodies. And it's going to run from April 24th through May 15th. You have a week to sign up. I think everything closes at on the 17th or 18th as far as enrollment goes. But once again, I share with you that it's for whatever you can afford. So if you've wanted to join Source Light School and haven't been able to for whatever reason, this is a golden opportunity. So pay attention to that. All right, we're going to dance and activate what you've got written down. You've got, over 24 hours to finish up. If you want to finish up, you are very welcome, Miss Caroline. So here we go. We'll get that out of here. And we'll get up and move a little bit, activate what we've got on our papers, and we can add to it as we go. All right, everyone. I will see you in a couple of weeks for the new moon. I give thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us today. I give thanks for all of these dedicated souls that are doing their sacred work. And I close this circle in the light. We'll see you all very, very soon. Very, very soon. Looking at all the texts. All right, loves. See ya. Bye-bye.